My name is Bobby McFarlane, and this is my second video observation journal for Introduction to Autism with Brandman University. Today I want to talk about some of the social characteristics that I have observed personally with my students with autism spectrum disorder. The first one, and the one that I notice most often, is an inability to make and keep friends. My first experience with this happened with a male student who I was working with, and he really just had a very challenging time understanding other students and keeping friends. Students were very nice to him and really liked him, but he just didn't have those deep connections with the students that other kids were having. His parents noticed this, especially with text messages. They would be very surface level. Students would reach out to him via text message, but they kind of talked about very surface level things and didn't really go deep like you would with a friend, like most other students were at the time. Saying the wrong thing or awkward hand gestures is another social characteristic that I have noticed. I have a couple examples. The first one is a female student who was a freshman in high school, and she came up to me. I was actually at the front desk of the school talking to my principal, and she came up to me and made a very vulgar, inappropriate comment about one of the other teachers in front of me, the principal, and other students. It made everyone feel very uncomfortable. I, of course, knew what was going on. There must be something going on that she was upset about, but it was out of place, and I don't think she really realized how inappropriate it was. Another example of that one is more low-functioning student. She actually was nonverbal, and so she would almost constantly do very inappropriate things, undressing, making rude hand gestures that she probably didn't even know their meaning. So yeah, definitely have seen a little bit of that one. Not understanding others' emotions or having empathy, I definitely have observed this one. I would say a lot of it goes hand in hand with saying or doing awkward things. You're not really sure, I guess the students aren't really sure how that might affect someone, and so they're more likely to do things because they're not thinking about how the other person's going to feel or not realizing how they feel after they do that action. Wanting to be alone and not connect with other students is another one I have observed. Same student who made the inappropriate comment in front of teachers, often just wanted to be locked in a dark room on her own, which was scary for me because obviously I always want to have eyes on my students when I'm working with them and responsible for them. But after talking with her dad, this was something that was common, and he was comfortable with me closing the door and letting her have her alone time. She had her cell phone in there. And so after connecting with the dad and other teachers, we were able to work something out there. But yeah, she had times where she didn't want to be around anyone else. Being resistant to touch. I have seen this one a little bit with my student who was lower functioning, and when we would try to even reach out and pat her arm, I know you're not supposed to really touch at all, so we didn't do it a lot, or I didn't notice it a lot, but anything, when we would get close to her or anything like that, she would pull away and be skittish a little bit. So I have noticed that one. I don't have a lot of social characteristics on my list that I haven't observed, which is awesome actually, because I think I've had some good experience. But I'm sure there are social characteristics that I didn't touch on that I'm yet to observe. But again, just thankful for this opportunity to be thinking about this stuff and learning, thinking back on my own experiences. So I'm looking forward to continuing to learn about social characteristics and observe those in my work.